I'm sorry. I'm sorry, folks. I am so sorry. I don't know how I did that. So it's a time pressure thing. Cause I was ready. I was sitting here ready, waiting for the thing to come on. I didn't even put my hero shirt on. I'd done my run. I was sitting here waiting. Oh man, I'm so sorry. So it's just now 10 o'clock in New York. Right. Right. Sorry, folks. Sorry, folks. Well, I guess it's going to be a very short show today. It's going to be a very short show. Sorry again. Sorry again. It's the time zone difference. I had this. Never mind. Never mind. Let me move on. Hey, welcome to the Be Your Own Hero show. I'm your host. I'm Sacred Rights. I am an author and a motivational speaker. And 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 here I am about to wrap it up real tight in 15 minutes today. All right. So that's my I think I have to turn that. No, you can't hear it. Never mind. All right. So anyway, that was my daily meditation though. That's my daily meditation. So Bob Fox is he does a guided walk-in, and that's what how he starts the day. Right. So well, starts the day. It starts every meditation on the hour. And so what you do is you listen to it, and then you let yourself drift away for 20 minutes. And while we're talking about it, while we're talking about it, so the way that you can practice this and not be without having to pay to pay for the course, the way you can do this is you can practice um what's the word? You can practice sitting. You can practice sitting, right? So you can sit for a significant for 20 minutes. You can sit for 20 minutes, but just think about whatever you want to think about. Right? Just think about whatever you want to think about, but think about it calmly. Just detach yourself from it. Just take a step back from it. Now that sounds difficult, but most of the time, TM says, don't worry about it. Whatever happened, happened. So what kind of um, example of that to have a set up. Oh, I gotta turn them off. I gotta turn them off. Hold on. Sorry. Sorry. All right. Sorry. All right. Sorry. Uh, I get it. I'm gonna have to go to it. I have to go to it. So anyway, that's the gist of it. What happens with transcendental meditation is he gives you some information, and you let yourself sit for 20 minutes and think about whatever you want. Whatever you want. All right. So now that was a necessary sidebar so you understood what was happening in the background. All right. Well, let's get into it, I guess. Let's get into it, I guess. So, oh, I don't even have the dice ready. Man. All right. No dice today. No dice today. All right. Well, let's jump into it. Let's just jump into it. All right. So, my usual reminder, if you only spend, you'll stay poor. If you only save, you'll stay middle class. And if you want to become wealthy, you must invest. You must invest. All right. This is important. And beyond that, I would typically roll the dice here, but let's move on into money. And I'm really sorry about today that I didn't start on time because yesterday I had someone ask for me. Like, oh, I was so excited about that. I was so excited about that. But Kathy Scott, Kathy Scott watched for the first time, I think, the show yesterday. And she got so interested by the end of the show that she said, "When is your next show?" And I was like, tomorrow at 9:45 Eastern time. 9:45 Eastern time, right? And I wanted to be here on time so that I could, continue to give to her. But anyway, she had some specific questions about money and and how to make it all work. And mm, and so there's no way to make it all work, right? But this is the thing. These are the things that I've learned that help you make it better. Help you make it better. And what I started talking about was smart people, smart people, smart people, because I have discovered in the early version of the show that most people who watch the show are smart, right? That most of us are smart, and we take pride in that, and that pride has held us back in terms of our progress in terms of stock market. Because what generally happens is we smart people, we find something and we want to excel at it. We want to excel at it, right? And so how that hurts us is in terms of finding a stock that you keep for a long term, is what you want to do is you want to find a new stock. You want to find the next great Google, next great company that's going to be the next big Google, right? And you want to find that early and follow it all the way to the end, right? But but what are you going to do to research that company? Like, are you really going to read the white paper, which is like the the notes about a company? Are you really going to read that? Are you really going to read that? Like, are you really going to do what it takes to get involved? So most of us are not. I mean, no, none of us are really. We are retail investors, and retail investors need to know how to invest as amateurs, as retailers. And the best way to do that is to ride someone's coattails. That's the bottom line. Ride someone's coattails. Ride a big company's coattails. So I've been using Google recently, so I'll keep talking about them. Google made $285 billion last year. Billion. 285 billion. It's a huge sum of money, right? And what you want is to say, oh well, there's not that company is doing so well. There's not any more money in the coffers. But let me tell you, Google is still trying to win. Google is still trying to win. So even though they are very high, they will continue to be high, and they'll keep their their um mm, their I forgot the word for it, but basically we'll keep them high. Let's just leave it right there. Let's keep them high. And so what happens in trading stocks, trading stocks is you have to use the same the same method of choosing stock. Meaning you've got to choose stock that's mm, that's popular and that see I'm struggling here because I want to make the delineation clear, because buying stock is one thing, right? And buying stock to trade is something different. But the principle is still the same. So a smart person tries to figure it out. Don't do that. find the coattails in both ways. All right. So if you want to keep your stock for a long time, you should buy and hold that stock, right? And just you should buy the main stocks. And ultimately, I recommend you take a look at the 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 S&P 500. The S&P 500. Now, it's a more expensive stock, but it includes 500 of the most famous, the most worthwhile companies in the United States, right? So you want to get them. Now, shifting over to to trading stocks. Okay. So what you want to do is is follow a popular stock, but you've got less room to play with, right? So when you buy a stock for long-term investment, you buy it and you hold it. You just hold it and hold it. You expect it to even out around 3 to 5 years. So that's a long-term play, right? But when you're trading stocks, you are watching for small increases, small increases, because you just want to ride up just a little bit. Like these are times when you could be available all day by just looking at the the ticker, by just looking at the ticker. All right. So that's it. Just hold that in mind. Hold that in mind. Okay. So I want to tell you that where is it now? Uh, okay. No guesswork. Know what you want to see. So, in other words, often when we see these things of people trading the stocks, like we're watching them and it looks like they're doing a lot, right? And so we get intimidated by that. Well, what you want to remember is that there is no guesswork. There is no guesswork. When you buy, when you buy a little share of this this open share, you expect it to do something. Either you expect it to go up, expect it to go down, or expect it to trade along sideways, right? As soon as it does that, as soon as it does that, you make your decision. You make your decision to stay or leave, right? Now, because of the um, the way that stock is bundled, hmm, that's not quite right. Well, but because of the way that the stocks have different information around them, like they have like newscasts, let's say, like you can go check out a newscast and see how this press release will reflect the stock. So like there was a one stock, I can't remember the name of it now, but they had an increasing in, increasing the oh man, I'm having trouble now. So um, increasing the why I guess it's all the short stuff, making the trying to condense it into 15 minutes. But in any event, they had a press release that was coming out to give them good news, right? It came out on a Friday, right? So the person on whom I'm taking the class from bought the stock on Friday, anticipating that the stock would rise on Monday, right? Because the press release came out on Friday. People are getting excited about it. People are going to get excited about it and buy over the weekend. So what happened? Exactly that. Exactly that. So on Monday, the stock went very high. He got in and got out. Like he went in on Friday, got out on Monday. I mean, that's pretty basic. That's pretty basic knowledge, right? Because everyone loves good news. Everyone loves good news. All right, so I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I got only a little piece of time today. I don't know what. I was meditating, but I didn't realize that my meditation was traveling, was going too far. Well, I guess that's it. I guess that's it. I hope I got something in there. I was trying to think as I was going, as I was working, trying to think of something very small. So I hope I gave you something. Hope I gave you something. All right. So all right, I'll try this again tomorrow. All right. All right, folks. See you tomorrow. Later.